Hello, everyone. Welcome to Square Podcast. We're here to explore what's together. I'm your host, Olajuwon Dami, aka Juicy, and I'm joined by my co-host.
Hi everyone, how you doing today? I remain your friend, your lover, Ifeoluwa Ayodele, and you can call me the Godman.
Thank you, everyone. Before we dive into today's conversation, I would like to appreciate everyone that has been with Square Podcast from day one to this moment. You guys are so amazing. You guys are so good. You guys are so lovely. I appreciate everything. And you guys have even texting, calling that what are we going to drop next? What about the video? We're so sorry about that. And trust me, guys, we will always be here to give you guys new update about our Square Podcast. So our today conversation is about what is holding our children's back, what is holding our generation back. So sit down, let's dive into this conversation. Let's pick one or two points of perspective and our perspective together so that we can grow and learn in life. So, guys, let's move into this without us, you know. So, Papi, having this thought of this new generation, what is holding our generation back,
Okay.
and this is very, very important conversation we need to discuss about because we were young before we grow.
Hmm.
We were like a baby before we grow, and there's a lot of things that has been put into us, which is let me put some example down so we can understand what we're talking about. Which is
Okay.
when we were born, we are not asked to make action. We're asked to follow how we were programming. Like we're asked to do what they want us to do because that is our foundation. That is where we're growing up on. So if there's anything we want to do, we have to look up to our elders before we can have a say in any conversation. Even as the children, as the kids, if you have an idea of something that you want to do, your opinion will not be granted because you have to hold on to the elderly person before you can do what you want to do. So now this is really, really affecting and it is not really, really making sense because we
Okay.
look down on the children. We
Hmm.
see them as they need to learn from us. And truly, truly, to be honest, we need to learn from them and they need to learn from us because they are the
Hmm.
new generation. But if you check our Africa today, if you check our Africa today, the kids are not living the life they want. They are not doing what they want. They are doing what the parents want them to do. They are doing just like for example, we give birth to child, we start taking them to church. Is not their decision, is the parent decision. Now, if you're having conversation, let's say you and I is having conversation and there's a kids here, and the conversation is conversation whereby we need the kid's opinion. But because he's still a kid, we have to die down his opinion or we have to tell the kids to go inside the room and lock yourself because we want to make a conversation.
Hmm.
Even if
Okay.
the conversation is about man and woman, we try to ridicule them. We limit what they can hear. We limit
Okay.
their saying. So now all these sayings now give them fears, give them limits of approaching, give them limits of how they can think because we didn't encourage them. We should be encouraging them, putting them on some kind of conversation to know how they think because we need to learn from them. So now
Hmm.
Africa parents Africa parents believe that correcting child, you have to look up to the elders. So just like Yoruba people will say, "Ìkan tí àgbà wí, ọmọdé ò lè wí, aṣọ tí àgbà ní, kò sí bọ́mọdé bá ṣe ní, sorry, kò sí bọ́mọdé bá ṣe ní àgbà, kò bá ṣe ní aṣọ, kò lè nákìsà tó àgbà." So all those kind of proverb now, like saying like what the elderly know, the children can never know, can never understand, and which
Okay.
is not meant to be like that.
Yeah, that's true.
So all this belief and all this teaching, all this lecture is affecting the generation, and this is what is bringing to the generation. Is bringing fear, lack of confidence,
Hmm.
lack of trust, lack of self-defense, lack of freedom, lack of they are not even aware of themselves, what they can do, their talent, their gift. When you see child doing things they love to do, you shun them, you caution them, you limit them because you think you are putting them through the right way.
Hmm.
And these kids are very, very smart. They are very, very brave. They are very, very like they are very unlimited. and they are the one to change the world. So now this keep continuing from generation to generation, continuing from generation to generation. So I think we parents we kill these African kids. We kill them all. We kill the new generation with our own mentality, with our own belief, with our own way view of life. So we are seeing the view of life through us, not through them. So now that's why you see that in America, when their leaders is trying to grow their country, their cultural way, they started from the bottom, not from the top. They start from the
Mm-hmm.
bottom because they have this belief of children have their own way of doing something because they are coming with a computer brain, they are coming with a smart thinking, they are coming with
Exactly.
something that is very, very solid and great.
That's true.
But in Africa, we don't see that as we don't see that as a solid opinion or option. And we think of it today. A lot of children has been like they lost their dream, they lost their life, even their saying. That is why you see that even having freedom of speech is a very, very difficult thing in Africa. If there is a time whereby we need to protest or we need to do something that is very, very important, you can see that nobody will come out, nobody really want to talk because the fear has been inculcated in us from the foundation. So this
Mm.
foundation now has been something that we are all addicted to. So we don't even have freedom of speech. We don't even the children that have to fight for us, we have limited them from home, not from outside. I'm talking from parents, exactly
Mm.
parents. We have limited them from home for what to say, for
Mm.
what to do. So we tell them to listen to what we want them to hear, not what they want to do. And this is affecting billions of people, billions of kids because of what we lack of. So I think this setting of thinking it's coming from the parent and it's affecting the generation to generation. So that's how I feel about this because I've been thinking about this, I've been emphasizing on it, and it's really
Yeah.
kicking my brain. So that's how I feel about it.
Hmm. You make very good points, which I truly appreciate because I believe people that listen to you for what you said now, they will pick a lot of points from what you said. What is holding our children back? A lot, many is holding them back. But the primary one that is holding them back, though they will say, if I talk now, they will say, oh, the God man, why do you hate religion? Why do you hate religion? Why do you hate religion? I don't hate a religion. Religion should guide us, not to mislead us. Religion should lead us, not to redirect us in the wrong way.
Exactly.
Religion should unite us, not to divide us. But if you look at the reality, you will see that we practice a lot of things in Africa that is not even necessary. Oppression, title, many things like that is not even necessary. Look at it in Africa, especially in Nigeria, you see hype man is a business, is someone job.
Honestly.
What is hype man? You want to be oppressed, you want to be oppressing yourself. I'm not going bad about the professional. I respect anyone that's doing it. But the main thing that we should focus ourselves on,
We did not.
we did not. And they said that children are the future of tomorrow, leaders of tomorrow. We are the children. the children that don't even know their talent, their gift, that yet to discover themselves, that from Monday to Sunday is to church or mosque or anything. Just like me and my friend, I was having a conversation recently that you said you have a power, but you be in prison, you can't disappear. Pastors or imam cannot go to hospital and perform miracle in there, but it's only in their church and mosque they are performing miracles to those that are doing that. You that a herbalist or whatever you call it, is only your shrine that you do your this. But even the one that they arrested, that was that's in cell, cannot disappear from that. Another one is, look at it this way: if Bible and Quran hold a defined power, no one, including the politician, the pastors or whoever they are, they won't use it to swear a fake oath.
Honestly, and the major important thing is that whatever what they're even doing, I'm not even criticizing that, but the fact that they're giving birth to a child and putting all these things with them, not showing them the reality of life, like giving them the best life they deserve, giving them the confidence, like letting them to understand, like let me say for example, like the title you said about now in Africa now, we put that title as a priority, which is not like a child calling you sir, brother Mike, Uncle Mike, Sir Mike, Dr. Mike, Direct Mike, Miss Princess. All this kind of name shows that you are elderly person. There's nothing bad that kids call you your name, Mike.
Boss.
You all these kind of things. So now the kids will grow up and feel this is very, very important. So when I get to a certain age, I think they deserve this from their next generation to call them those all those kind of things that is not really, really, really important. So we that we are adults now, the kids are not even the issue, they're not even the problem. Now we that we are the adults, we are the parents, we are the one limiting them in their own life. So now this is what I'm trying the point I'm trying to bring out is that Africa parents kill the next generation. Like with their mindset, with their way of thinking, with their belief, because of they are so strong in what was even given to them, not even what they choose to. Now you see a very young little girl that they give birth to, 5 years old girl. I'll be putting a jab. 5 years old girl. I'll be so addicted to church that she can't even do in a day without going to church. Now she will believe that life is all about going to church. Life is all about praying. Life is all about doing what their parent is doing. And life is not about that. They have to go to school. They have their talents. They have their own free-minded. They can even talk to you as a friend. Being the father, you are the parent. Talk to them like a friend. But no, because of we think we are the best to put them right. I think sometimes we that we are adults, we are not even enough to give birth before bringing the next generation. So most dead parents bring the next generation to the world, which is still affecting. That is why you see we are very, very slow in growth. In economically, we are very, very slow. In financially, we are very, very slow. Now, I've seen a child of 15 years old. Let me just okay, a child of 12 years old, she don't even know what she needs to do to make money. She don't even know what to like the parent cannot even point out that this is what my child loves to do. This is the best thing they can give out. If you can't put your child to the right way and you are not teaching your child in the right way, how do they want to grow up to have confidence in what they are doing
You that don't know the right way, how are you going to treat a child
the
to
right
the
way?
right way?
That's why I said
So
dead
the
mindset.
design, the country has been designed in a wrong way. The country has been designed people to lose,
Not to win.
not to win. The country has been designed the people to be a follower, not a leader.
Exactly.
The country has designed people to just listen, not to ask questions. The country has designed people to fear, to live in fear,
You see that fear?
not in confidence. So children, we hard for children to grow in a country when a truth is lack, when there is no truth. The only way you can live in a country in Africa is to live by lies and more lies. So all this is holding these children back. They grew up in a very wrong system.
Very wrong.
They were born in a very wrong system. Imagine someone that doesn't know where his next meal is coming from, having children. Imagine those that can't even personally feed themselves confidently, having children. You get? So the problem is not only a financial aspect, the problem is a mental aspect. Country is not helping people mentally. Now give them religion. Religion also is not helping people mentally. So you see where this problem is coming from. Is a generational problem. It's a generational change. So it's not going to help the children to grow the way they're supposed to be. Believe it or not, if you look at this you see them that they are smart. That's the same way you and I and everyone watching us are smart as well. But why do we grow up being like this?
We grown up. Sorry to cut you short.
That is the same way these kids will grow up and they will become like no.
Let me bust your brain. Let me add to what you said. Now, we grown up not knowing our talents. That's number one. I can bet you 85% of Africa kids don't even know their talents. We grow up not knowing our talents. We grow up not knowing our focus. We grow up not knowing what we deserve, our words. We grow up not knowing how far we can go. We grow up not knowing how we can even think because
We only grow up to go out and make mama proud.
that's why you said kids of nowadays we say, "Oh, I'm hustling to make my mama proud." I left home
To feed home.
To feed home. Now you left home to feed home. Is that not a limit? Is that not a limit thinking? Now, can you see the programming from the beginning? You from home. Okay, now the home where you are coming from. Now you are growing up. So you make the money. Not even you make the money. You struggle hard to find your way out of life. Now you still go back home to be feeding home. Now it's because of that's the way they program. Because that home, first of all, what are they looking when you are growing? Are they not growing themselves? Are they not going? Not we are not even saying not helping home or not supporting home, but how is the smartness of kids? So they really limit the kids, which is the limit. If we are not careful, I think Africa will keep on being like this for generation to generation because we adults have nothing to do. We fear. If we want to podcast for freedom of speech, now you and I cannot go there and do. Okay, let me just say for example what this guy is doing. Very dark man is doing that. He speak for the whole people. They call him he speak the voice of the voiceless people. So now who can have that confidence to speak? And that confidence is what everyone should have, both kids and everyone. That's the because it's not different from every other one. But majority, let me just say 95% are born with fear, lack of confidence, lack of self confidence. So we grow up with lack of self confidence. And this lack of self-confidence coming from where we are born. So why are the parents killing the kids? Why are we putting them in tears? Why are we making them cry so much? Why are we not thinking how they can be free with us? We don't take them as our best friend. We don't take them as like taking your child as your best friend.
So instead of taking them as the best friend and understand them, now if we are to be honest with ourselves, you will see that now children now become the love of the life of person who has lost a true love from their partner. Love of my life from the mouth of who has lost a true love from the partner. You get
Yes.
my word, my everything. You will not be hearing they will be naming children, calling children a different kind of name from a person that lost true love from the partner. My children is my everything. My children is my word. My child is my girl, my jewel, my this thing, my that has lost because that they don't find that love from their partner. Men has lost genuine love from the woman. Women has lost genuine
Love
love
from
from
the
the
man.
because that we are practicing what we don't know.
Honestly.
We are practicing what we are not even ripe to do. It's just like giving a child to jump a fence. You are practicing, you are doing what you are not ripe to do, what you don't even understand, what you are not mentally ready to do. Because how can your mental clarity is not enough, you want to practice relationship? You that even can feed yourself confidently, you that even what you're growing up is don't give a man your money. That is most ladies growing up.
How did that kind of person want to train a child? I remember one thing again where
Sorry, my money is our money. My money is my money. That kind of mentality going into relationship.
how did you want to grow a child? How did you want to know what a child needs? When you give birth to a child, your child did any small thing. Cain, beat the child. Hey, come here. Hey, why do you do this? Hey, I told you not to go to that place again. Cain, flog that child. Flog that child because you want to correct a child. You beat the child the first time.
Thank you.
You beat the child the second time. You started
Thank
beating
you.
the child. Now the child will start. You start feeling like I don't want to do that. My mom will beat me. You are inculcating fear, thinking you are teaching the child in the right way. So now beating a child, you are thinking you are training the child so that it will not get spoiled, so that it will not do what other people are doing, and you don't know that you are even putting the foundation of
Fear
fear inside that
inside the
child.
child.
Because once the child get used to that cane or to that your beating you think you are doing, that child now will now let you know that oh I can go out there. My mom will just beat me. I'll go out there. Don't worry, she just beat me. She just let me just go and do what I'm gonna do. So now when you start beating and you see the child is not even scared of you anymore, now you start calling other people. Omo he doesn't listen to me. This one, Ugbawan, this one, this and that, this and that, this and that, this and that. You don't know how to pet. Sit down, make conversation. Why did you do that? If you do that, I will save you from your game. I will save you from this. I will do this. I will do that.
Use natural things.
To put them in the right way.
Right way.
So we kill this generation too much, and this have to stop. We kill this generation to the extent that they don't think right no more. They only think for how they will survive. And putting this child in this way is not benefiting even you that you give birth to the child. You are just giving birth to the child to become monthly earner. You're just giving birth to a child. That's why you see they rely
No
on
genuine
child.
purpose of giving birth. If you check mostly of people now, there is no genuine purpose. Some is age, some, because they are aging. Most of them don't think about the mental and financial, which is primary aspect. They don't think about the mental and financial aspect before having a child. They all more think about irrelevant things. My friend is having, that my friend is already this. My mom is telling me to go out. My dad has already, or the dad that is the parent that are expecting the child to bring odogu home. You understand?
Oh, let me get pregnant so you could marry
You
me.
could marry me. Use belle to hold the man.
No,
That
use
is
belle hold the poor man.
oh, thank you, to use belle to hold a poor man. You
Kai,
get? So all this thing is, the system is really failing.
I think the system is dead. To be honest, the system is really, really dead to the extent that we are not even realizing where the problem is coming from. We think the problem is just from the government. Honestly, 89
Yes,
percent.
yes, because they are the one that integrate the system. They are the foundation.
That's true. That's
They are the foundation. If a government can impose a tax on us and people start paying, if a government can impose, like, they don't, they want you to vacate this market, they want to use it to do something else, and it's possible, it means that every other thing can be possible if they really want to do it. They are not blind. They go to the advanced country, they see how the light is there 24 hours, they see their road. That's because they are running there. They go to advanced country to treat themselves medically, but they can't in their country. Why are they going to the advanced country? It's because they have a better service there than here. So in a right, not a retarded mindset, we know that this is the kind of thing I have to have it in my country as well. But them don't think it like that. So that's the reason why I stated in the first place that it's oppression, and they are the one that invented it. Why do you want to buy a house? Why do you want to build a house? Why do you want to buy a car? Why do you want to travel out? Why do you want to live in Lekki? Why do you want to live in mansion? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want? If you look behind all these things, it's only because of oppression. Only because of oppression. Just like this lady, this guy that used to talk that, oh, see, that is selling car, civil server cannot buy this, and it's true.
and,
And it's true.
and,
So see the way they are body shaming a legit workers.
and
Only a fraud or illegal workers can live some
I would like
normal life.
if you are even in being in Africa, first of all, if you are doing a legit job in Africa, first of all, I don't think you could be able to get a house. Let's be realistic to ourselves.
No
In
way.
Africa, you can. So now the system now is you have to do illegal and legal.
Legal now to eat.
Legal to eat, illegal to live a normal
A
life.
normal life. Thank you.
So now the system that inculcating us now is to be illegal and legal living. So now that kind of system now you bringing out a child. How do
Inside in that system.
in that kind of system, how do you want to know how to put your child in a right way, the important thing they need to do, or how for them to even make money? Oh, this is what my child can start doing. Like she has an whole account. This is what she's a footballer. She like to play. Let's invest on this. Oh, honey, let's invest on this child. Oh, he said you don't want this. Let's do this. He said you don't want that. Let's do that. But in Africa, you said you don't want this. You don't want this. Barrow. If I do this, if I do that, the child now will receive from what he or she like doing. You have to be limits on that. Now going up with that kind of, you get what I'm saying?
See now, Africa should start understand that whatever you're learning from age 1 to 30, is not what you really need. You have to relearn from 8:30 to reset your mind. You have to start resetting your mind because you will see that most of child, they are invented this mindset in them by early age. And most of these children, they start practicing those things by this 30, 20s upward. You get
It's not even up to that age because
get
this generation now, they are very, very smart in learning. They are very, very smart in learning. But there's a lot to talk about in this. But I would just love us to like put a, let me just say, put an other view how they can correct all this mess that's been on ground. Because when you're talking about
my opinion is to start resetting their mind, to start asking themselves questions.
the
To
parents,
everyone, the question belongs to everyone. To asking ourselves a truth question,
like
an
what,
honest question.
like I don't know, like what kind of question can we start asking ourselves or our next generation before we give? Because me myself, I would love to learn to know. Actually, I have my own view as well, and I would love us to share for people that are watching also, so they will know that oh, as we're talking about this, we're trying to put our own opinion about the solution about what is on ground. So it will not be as if we're just trying to like let them know that this is what is happening and this is what we should be doing. Let's add this to this so we can get the quality what we need.
To have a child, you need to ask yourself a, a very honest question. Do I have a mental clarity and financial stability to train this child? If you don't, you mean that you are a wicked parent. You want to become a wicked parent. You are a wicked person because you are repeating the same wickedness your parent did to you. You want to pass it down to the next generation. And the same way, that one also will also pass it
On.
because that is how it goes to you.
So that
That
means
is number one. Two, religion aspect. Relate your life with religion, not depending on it. Because if you start relating your life with religion, then you will start understanding where it's getting wrong and where it's getting right. But if you depend on it, it will blind you to know what is really wrong. Because if we are to be honest with ourselves, the damage religion has done to Africa is more than the good.
A lot of damage, honestly.
That does not unite us. They use it to divide us. Dividing in a, let me put in an obvious example. Divide has started in you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, you are this thing. That divide has started from there. Doctrine, your doctrine like this, your doctrine like this, your doctrine like this. That is another aspect. Now, to the other aspect is, what is my reason to fear? What is my reason to fear? Does fear has anything to do for me or not? If I continue to fear, my life will continue to remain like this. If I stop to fear, my life will change. That's the three important questions all individuals should start to ask themselves. You that can't feed yourself confidently, you don't need a too much of complication or not even one at all. But religion has tell you, Emma BC, Emma Resi, continue to multiply. Please, who asks you to continue to multiply doesn't tell you or doesn't provide you a what you need to maintain it. Is it easy to maintain a child for 18 months before he or she starts to take care of himself or herself? It's not a ball play.
Exactly, exactly. That's a good point. That's a very, very valid good point. And I appreciate the times that you share your opinion and I get some point from that. And what I can put into this, what you said, is that we should teach them confidence more than fear. We should teach them self-awareness more than putting them against elders is your elders. Let's make sure, let's see them as they are the next president. Like
Equality.
the equality of your child and you guys are the same thing. Forget about the age because most times people think age is all about respect, is all about growth, is all about no. Sometimes it's
especially
not like
those Egban Adubo.
and it's not like that. So we should try to put our children when we're giving birth. First of all, we need to understand that these people they are the next generation. So the next generation will definitely, obviously, be smarter than you, no matter how you want to do it, no matter how the education you want to have. So even in school, because in Africa in school, there's a lot of things that they teach them. Even in education is very very low standard because I've seen a kids whereby singing I remember when I was a soldier. I remember when I was a soldier.
Where were you a soldier?
So, where were you a soldier, young kids? You are still little girl. You are not a soldier. So who is telling you are a soldier? It's
exactly.
that's the song. So those kind of things in education level. Let's check how smarter they can be and let's work up on them. Let's talk to them like our friend. Let the kids be the next. Let's love them. Even the Bible or the religion they're talking about, the Jesus Christ they're talking about, he packed the children together. He owed them. He asked them questions. He sits with them. He never beats them. He never tell them that, oh, you don't need to go there. You don't need to do. He owed them like their age mates. So let's start loving our kids. Let's see them as they are the next they are the next person to correct our mistake. So by giving them that confidence, I think they will go faster. They will be very, very intelligent. They will be outspoken. They will be able to fight for their own right without even their parents. They will be able to stand on their own rights. So every parent needs to understand that it's not by your voice, it's not by how hard or how strong you could be. Because kids are, whether you like it or not, they are very, very smart. They are unlimited and you don't know how far they could go. That's why
We should not limit them.
We should never limit them. That is why you see that in the United States of America, you see that the president that invested on the kids, they always want the kids to be their next generation because they know they will keep being at the top. They'll keep growing as long as the next generation are getting quality education. They are getting quality, like they have their own equal rights. Even if you're living in the same house, if you're living in the same house, your kids has rights. Even if you call up anybody or visitor is coming, your kids have your own right. So everyone, please, I just want everyone to like let's start learning all this before it gets too late, so that we can grow and teach our next generation. I think we all learned from this video, and thank you, everyone. Thank you for those that love Square Podcast and those that keep following our channel. Please, guys, we're gonna give you guys another beautiful conversation and another amazing conversation. Thanks, you guys. So we're gonna stop here for now. So, guys, thank you. I love you. We love you. We love you. We love you.
And you can follow us on our social media at Godman on TikTok, Godman on X, Godman on Instagram.
All right, thank you guys. You can follow me on my TikTok, Juicy World One, And you can follow me on Twitter, Juicy World One. You can follow me on Instagram, Juicy World One. So, guys, I'll be expecting you. And thanks. I love you guys. Bye.
And for any adverts, please contact us on our social media or any platform from Juicy or from Godman or not. Just reach out to us and we shall deliver to you. Thank you very much. And you have a wonderful day, wonderful
Bye.
weekend, and wonderful time with your family. And I hope you enjoy this episode.
All right,
Thank you.
guys. Bye.